So this is the perfect topic to talk about. Planetside 2 was just announced as an esport on MLG. When I say an esport, it's announced that it's going to be on the competitive circuit, and now it's officially an esport by being on the MLG circuit. And my reaction to that was just, what are you doing? Don't do this. Don't do this. Like, you don't just throw money and it just it blossoms into an esport. I'm going to admit though that I myself haven't actually sat down and played PlanetSide 2, but I did watch it. I watched it, and I researched the core mechanics of the game. And it's this MMO FPS game with mass scale, kind of like Battlefield, but meets like tanks, right? And I know there's tanks in Battlefield, but that's irrelevant. But one of the things I noticed is that this game has to be is being sort of forced to be an esport. And the community, if you look on their forums, the community is just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's an esport. So one of the things I can't stress, if you're a publisher out there and you're like, I want to make an esport game, this is a bit of advice. First of all, it has to be audience friendly. Like, it has to be something that when people watch, they can follow it. There's a lot of games that have that problem right now. But the number one thing is the game that is made, like the core game itself, needs to have the same mechanics that the competitive aspect of it is. Like, so the game that the casual players play needs to be the same game that the pro players play. You get what I mean? It means basically, if you have to modify your core game to make it competitive, that's a problem. You're going to split people. People are going to be split. You're going to create like this elitist level of a community where the people who are like, well, we understand the rules, and the rest of you all, you're no good. When you have games like League of Legends and StarCraft, one of the beautiful things about League of Legends and StarCraft is that the pro players are playing the same game as the casual community. The exact same game. There's no difference. It's just a higher level of that game. Now, take for example a game like Smash Brothers Brawl. Turning off items, certain characters are banned or not banned. Certain stages are used and not used to make it competitive. Then you have this schism of people who know how to play the game. And trust me, I love watching Brawl. I love watching Brawl. And you have people who, when they go home and they play it casually, it's not the same game. So you got this two-sided community, and then you create this barrier to entry for people who want to get in this community. So PlanetSide 2 is looking like it's having that same schism. And this is definitely a warning to this. And this game is coming up. It's Firefall. It's supposed to be very esport-like, and it looks beautiful. I haven't played it, but it looks good. But when I heard that it's gonna have there's some parts of it that's competitive, and there's some parts that if it's casual, and I'm like, ooh, But do yourself a favor, if you want to know exactly a little bit more of this sort of backlash that's growing, just type MLG and PlanetSide 2 and go to their forums, and just read some of the comments. Maybe I'll link it. Actually, I'll link it below, some of the comments that people are having, and it's just ridiculous. It almost seems like a majority. Like, obviously, you have to take people being a vocal minority into consideration, but it seems a pretty strong consensus amongst the people who are actually playing the game. So anyways, check that out.